Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Tail of the Dragon version beta 1.01 Deals Gap. That's a long name. Anyways, we have 6 locations to start from. We're going to keep it simple and go to the default one though. And I like where we start. We got this little gas station and general store right here, and you can drive around the parking lot if you want to, but that's not really the main attraction for the map. The main attraction is the road, which we were going to be going to in a second. I just wanted to make sure I got a little bit of driving in this parking lot just because it's here. It's here, so I got to drive in it. And then we're going to go ahead and just wreck this truck so we can get something a little bit more sporty. So goodbye to the front of the truck, and it's more intact than I was expecting for the angle I hit it. Anyways, we're going to swap it out for a Bishu Miramar, and we're going to get the street-tuned M version. So it's not like a super fast car or anything, but it's a fun car to drive. And I think it's a really good match for this map. And look at that grill. Oh, this is kind of cute looking at it from that angle. And I never really mentioned it, but it is a cute car. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to do some driving. We're going to start off by just doing a minute or two of regular, clean driving. And in fact, let's make it as realistic as I possibly can. We're going to try to mostly stay to the right side of the road. That means we're going to use the edges of the road a lot, as you saw me do right there. And that just makes it a little bit easier to not cross over. And as long as I'm not hitting any trees on the edge of the road, I think it's perfectly fine. Like going through the dirt right there, that is fine because I didn't cross on the other side of the road. That's my only goal. I don't care if I go into the dirt. Well, also, not hitting trees is also a goal. And then eventually we will drive on both sides of the road as well because you can go faster. But with this car, it's a low-powered car, and it's a very tossable car. So having the limitation of not being able to use the left side of the road does make it a little bit more fun and challenging, I would say. Now, you see, there are some alternative paths on this, but as of right now, they are not finished. There's the main road and a couple of small detail areas like the gas station we started at, and that's about it. Now, this main road is actually pretty interesting. It's based on a real-life road that connects North Carolina and Tennessee, and the actual location is called Deals Gap, and then the road itself is called the Tail of the Dragon, and it's pretty well known. You can go on YouTube and find lots of videos of people driving it, and if you look at one of those videos, and then you go on the game of driving the road, it is really similar, but it's a pretty long road, so it can be kind of hard to match up where in the game something matches up to the real road at times. But when you do have it matched up, it's pretty cool just how well it matches up. So anyways, I'm doing a pretty good job so far of staying in my lane. There are a few places where I crossed over a little bit, like I'm doing it a little bit right there. But for the most part, I consider this a success. And now it's time to wreck the car. So let's say we're going to the corner way too hot, and then boop, right into the trees, kind of bouncing in between them. And I think we could still drive this thing a little bit. It is mighty mangled up though. The front looks alright, and then you get to the back, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on with the back? He got smushed. And it is pulling hard to the right. I don't think I could possibly stay in one lane even if I wanted to right here. So we're just going to try to get up to speed and crash into some more trees in the exact same style where we slide into them. Well, actually, there's a good straightaway right here to get up to speed. We're up to 75 and just a little bit of a slide. Ooh, we flew into the tree that time, and it actually looks like this thing could still drive somehow. So I'm going to save it, and then we're going to teleport back up to the road, and then we're going to load up that thing and see if it'll drive or not. And then got to wait for it to go out of the ground. We'll pull out, not the door. We got to pull the frame of the vehicle. There we go. And can it drive? No, unfortunately it cannot. But it can still put down power. I mean, that's pretty impressive that somehow it's putting down power in that kind of condition, though. Anyways, let's go ahead and reset this thing. And let's spawn up a fast car. But the fast car isn't going to be for me. It's going to be for the AI. So let's give them an SBR4 hill climb version. And we'll get it in the tropic blue color. That seems like a pretty nice color. And then for my car, we're going to swap it out. We're going to go with something a little less sporty. Well, actually a lot less sporty. We're going to get the economy version of the Bishu Peshmer. That's the 1.8 DX, which has all of 129 horsepower. And I'm actually curious, which is faster, the manual or automatic? So somehow the automatic is actually faster. By a pretty good margin even. That's 1 second faster to 60 miles per hour. Yeah, it's 9 versus 10 seconds. They're both slow. But we got to go with the faster car here because we're going to need all the help we can get. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the AI, tell them to go in whatever direction they want as long as it's straight, and we're going to try to race them. Although they just took off like a rocket right there. I was stuck in the dirt a little bit, and they had unlimited traction to blast away out of the gate. But you know what? It's not about the straight line speed. It's about the cornering. At least it is for me because I know for certain there's nothing I can do to keep up with them on the straights. But when we get to the corners, that's where I can gain. Although that means I actually have to do good cornering. It's one of those things where who wants to push a car like this hard? Nobody, because it's really not that fun. Like if you get a base model 200BX or a base model Miramar or even a base model Corvette, those are all pretty fun to actually push hard. This one, not really. It's not a fun car to drive, but in a way that's good because that's realistic. It is boring economy car, and we are pushing it way harder than it ever dreamt it would be pushed to try to keep up with that SBR4, and we're actually doing a good job. I don't know if we're gaining for sure, but we're keeping up, which is a mighty accomplishment if you ask me, because they are so much faster than me, and I actually am gaining. I can tell from that corner I gained on them. So this is actually a pretty close race, and I might be able to pass them right here. Just gonna sneak on in, little bit of contact, but that's their own fault for trying to go on my inside line. I can't overtake them on the outside. Wow. I thought I had the lead for a second, and then exiting the corner, they're like, nuh-uh, rocket ship mode, vroom. It's just not even giving me a chance to be in the lead. Fine, you know what? We're gonna try to take the outside line here. I don't think I can because they're just gonna outspeed me and outgrip me. But wait, there's another corner, and now I got the inside. That was a clean overtake. Now watch as they just zoom right by me, right? Well, would you look at that? WhyBeAre got himself a little bit of a lead here because these areas right here are where I can excel. The ones where it's medium speed corners where you kind of just slide through them like that, that's where I can lose them a little bit. And right here, we're going a little too fast. Oh, I lost some speed right there, but you know what? Their car sounds like it's getting quieter and quieter. We'll take a peek. Yeah, they're losing ground on me. This is a fair race. That sounds so absurd how slow the AI can be at times. But yeah, that's just the way it is, because on these corners, I'm really willing to just dive into them, cutting through the dirt, doing whatever it takes to go as fast as possible. They will stay on the road and be nice and careful. That is not my mode of operation. Because if I tried to do that, I don't think I would be able to keep up with them. And I'm actually happily in the lead right now. I don't even know how far away they are, but it sounds like the car just keeps getting quieter and quieter and quieter as I am pulling away from them. See, I'm just really lucky there's no straightaways right around here. If there were straightaways, I wouldn't be having such a good old time. I'd be crying and complaining about how slow my car is in a straight line like that one corner where they overtook me immediately. But since this is all corners, we're good to go. You know, I'm actually kind of curious because I don't even hear their car anymore almost. How far away are they? So we're going to just pause physics real quickly and take a peek where they are located. They're actually way back there. Interesting. So you know what? Maybe we need a car that's even slower. I kind of want to do the base version of the Miramar, but we just were driving the Miramar. So how about we do the base version of the Bruckle Legrand, which has 92 horsepower and takes 13 seconds to get up to 60 miles per hour. And we're going to get in flame orange so everybody knows to watch out. There's a slow car ahead of you. So let's go ahead and get things sped up. And we're at a standstill right now, so they can catch up to me real fast right here. And I'm just going to make sure I stay out of their way. I don't want to get hit by the... How far off the road do I need to be not to get hit? Like, I'm barely on the road. They still hit me, pull up my door. See, now I'm angry. Now I'm driving with a vengeance, but they got that really long straightaway power, and they are pulling away super hard on me. Okay, well, we got a corner finally, and let's see how this thing does. Ugh, this thing is not as good as the Pessima. Like, as much as I say the Pessima sucks, this thing in stock form is even worse. So the sport ones are pretty good. I will say that. But this version, oh, it's just sloppy all over the road, and they are losing me. Like, the extra 2 seconds to get up to 60 miles per hour really hurts right here. Because I can't even gain on them a little bit. You know what? I blame them for crashing into me. They broke my door, so they made my car not drive as good. It's all their fault. Yeah, I don't even see them anymore, actually, at this point. I am not feeling too good about this one. I think they are faster than me when I'm driving this, but not when I'm... Oh, wait, there they are. Hold on, maybe I have a chance. You know, I thought they were gone because of all these straightaways. Like, here's another straightaway, though. So this just gives them so much time to get away from me. I wish I would have had this car in the curvier parts. Well, actually, I don't really, because it really sucks to drive more than the Pessima. I need to stop driving cars I don't enjoy. That's the problem. The only thing is, I like cars that have a little bit of power to them. I like a car that could go up to 60 miles per hour on these straights, not just kind of sit at 40 miles per hour as you're flooring it. Like, I've basically been foot to the floor all the time, except when I'm tapping the e-brake to get around these corners. And it doesn't go. Like right here, flooring it. Oh, go, go, go. It's so slow. Okay, you know what? Let's just wreck this thing. Let's try to hop up this corner right here. And yes, that's a roll. And we are into the trees. And I'm going to real quickly get this thing back onto the road. And we're going to swap it out for something a little bit more fun to drive. And I'm thinking, how about we try a Savannah Bolide and we'll get the 390 GTR. That sounds like a good option. Although I was really thinking about the custom one, except I don't know exactly how it drives off the top of my head. I know what to expect from this one. It's going to be a little bit squirrely if I try to put down too much power, but it should be fun to drive through here because it actually requires skill, which, you know, I don't have that much of, but I have enough to not crash. That's all the skill I want, is enough to not crash. And as long as I'm not crashing, I know I'll catch up to them, even though they got quite a hefty lead on me, I think, because I haven't heard their car for a while when I was driving the Legrand. And this thing's so loud compared to the Legrand, I probably wouldn't even know if I heard their car. I would have to listen real closely to be able to hear them, but I'm kind of focused on driving here. You know, that's more important than hearing them, is catching up to them. And so far, I'm happy with what I'm doing. You notice I am being very, very careful with the throttle, though. I'm almost never flooring it with this thing. When I do, like right there, I start to swerve a little bit. There they are. All right, they're in my sights. We got a straightaway, and you can't lose me on straightaways anymore. Hot in your face, although I'm kind of scared to go too fast there. I don't know the road that well to be able to just like say with confidence I can floor it. Like I'm gonna slow way down, but then again, so are they. Like even though I slowed way down, I still gained on them. And I'm getting too excited, starting to slide a little bit. All right, stay calm and overtake. Don't crash into the trees because you overtaken. Oh my goodness, that was ugly. Hey, we're in the lead, and they aren't gonna be able to catch me. I can guarantee you that. Unless, you know, maybe I crash this or something. But I have no plans to crash the Bolide. None at all. It'll just happen unexpectedly, and then they'll be able to catch up to me, like right here. Okay. All right, you know what? I need a slower car. That's the thing. I need a slower car. So we're going to stop the AI, and we're going to give us both a different car. So for me... Wait, what are they doing? What? What was that? I'm just sitting there watching. Whatever. Anyways, for them, they're going to get a Corvette, and it's the ZXI, so it's like a hot hatch version. And then for me, we're going to get something that doesn't even belong here. We're going to get the T65 T-Series. And then, same thing as before, we're going to get the AI, tell them to go in a random direction as long as that random direction is forward. Great, great, great. And then we'll see if we can keep up with that. What are you doing? That's all their fault. I was driving in a straight line and they just crashed right into my front fender. That is not my fault. Reckless AI. Oh, they just wanted to get a lead on me. That's what it is. So this one, again, I don't know how this is going to go. I know the AI goes super slow through the corners, but in a T-Series, so do I. And then I know they're going to be able to out-accelerate me. Hot hatch easily outclasses T-Series in acceleration, at least this version. If I got the souped up one, it actually might be faster under the right conditions, but these are not the right conditions. Doesn't matter though, because we're actually gaining on them in the corners. I'm conserving far more speed through them. They're able to out-accelerate me a little bit here, but I'm just gonna slide on to the inside. Can you imagine that being you? You're on the tail of the dragon. You think you're so hot. You got your hot hatch. You're whipping it through. Oh, look at me. I'm so fast. A big old big rig just comes by like, dude, why are you driving so slow? He just cruises on the inside, overtakes you, and then he leaves you in the dust. Like, I would never want to drive again. That would be so embarrassing. Being overtaken by a T-Series in curvy roads. Unbelievable, AI. How are you so bad at this? Look at me just bouncing off the rev limiter right there. This automatic transmission, I don't exactly trust. I mean, it's a manual transmission, but it's being shifted by the game. And just sometimes they're like, wait a minute, we're gonna downshift way too soon and way too late. But when you have 82.5 gears to work with, I'm not much better anyway, so I probably shouldn't complain. I'm not a trucker. Which begs the question, if I'm not a trucker, why am I driving a T-Series? We need something more fun to drive. So I'm gonna park this right here and block them in. Let's see what they do. Will they hit me in the back or the front? Because I know they ain't gonna fit around me. Right in the front. All right. I actually tried to avoid them a little bit, but I just don't have the acceleration, and they are pretty beat up right there. Taking a look at the damage. Oh, they're gonna try to keep on driving. Okay, I'm gonna get out the way so you can drive, dude. Oh, nah. You just hit me. You just hit me again. The first one, sure, I forgive you. That one, unforgivable. Unforgivable. Prepare to be wrecked. I'll shove you right into those trees. Get off this road. Ooh, that was actually a nice squish. I squished them between me and a tree, and I actually think that car will still run, actually, but not very well. And I don't know if I can even get out of here. I'm trying to go in reverse, but the transmission's not working again, so we're just gonna go to manual mode. downshift all the way to reverse, and I got no traction at all. So we got to just pull this thing back with the reset, and I'll do the same for their car, and then we're going to swap out the car that I'm driving. So instead of a T-Series, how about we go with a Pigeon? And we're not even going to get the fast one. We're just going to get the base version of the Pigeon and see if that could keep up. That would actually be an interesting question. Which is faster? The T-Series or the Pigeon? And I don't mean in a straight line. I mean, if you would actually try to race it, which would be faster? Well, if I can't catch up to the Corvette, that answers the question real easily. If I can catch up, it's a good question that might have to be answered in another video, because I kind of want to know the answer now. Alright, so they can outspeed me a little bit on the straights, but not too badly, I felt like right there. And, whoa, don't you dare tip on me. Gotta keep it level. That's the hardest thing about this, is you can't really steer in hard. You gotta do it nice and gently. And I did not mean to hit them right there. I thought I was gonna be able to overtake them, but then I couldn't. We're gonna take the way inside so I don't accidentally crash into them right there. And now we're in the lead again, so yeah, it's actually a good question. Which would be faster? T-Series versus Pigeon video coming sometime in the future. And also maybe any other weird combinations I could think of, like you would not expect this car to be faster, but it might be type things, you know? And that was a really ugly corner. Are they gaining on me? Nope, they are just getting destroyed on. Again, same thing as last time. Can you imagine you're driving along in your hot hats thinking you're so good, and then you get overtaken by a three-wheeled vehicle that's tipping over at the corners because the driver's not even that good. How you be that bad of a driver? All right, come on, you can get on me a little bit on the straightaway, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I need to stop looking behind me. That is a very poor strategy. I need to look forward. But I want to know what they're doing. I want to know just how much slower they are than me. I mean, I already know the answer is a lot somehow, but I want to know how much a lot. Is it 3 a lots? 4 a lots? Maybe even 5 a lots? What's an a lot? I don't know. I'm just making that up. Well, I would say at this point, I have easily proven that I am faster than they are. So let's go ahead and try to roll this thing over. I got to get up to speed though, because I lost so much speed right there. Once we're up to speed right here, that might be enough. 40-ish miles per hour. We're going to just kind of whip it into the corner right here like so. And we rolled it. Is it going to get upright? Nope. Is the other car going to hit me? Not even close. So let's go ahead and reset this to something else, and then we got to do a little bit of catching up. So how about we do an ETK 854, which is the slowest version of the ETK, but it still is easily faster than their car. This one isn't to prove a point or anything. This is just to catch up to them, and maybe we'll even wreck them. And you might have noticed right there, one thing you always want to do with an ETK car, turn off the stability control unless you really, really want it. Then put it to sport mode at least, because the stock one is so aggressive. It just takes all the fun out of the driving. With it on off, it's a lot of fun because you can really just like slide this thing around, power through just like that, and it's a good old time. This is one of those cars I enjoy driving a lot because you can really whip it around and it's super forgiving. And I mean all of the versions, not just like the base model. Even the fast 856 TT Sport Plus is pretty forgiving. So anyways, we're going to smash into this dude. We'll even get a little bit of slow-mo here. And bouncing into him. What's going to happen? Are they going to be able to recover? I doubt it. Am I going to be able to recover? No, no way, no way, no way. We're going to crash as well. Right into the tree for both of us. Are we going to both actually hit the tree? That's going to be interesting. Yep. Somehow we both hit the tree at the same time, side by side. That is a strong and fat tree. Alright, so go ahead and full speed this thing up. And we'll take a quick look at the damage. I do enjoy seeing the hazards flicker right there. And we'll go ahead and reset this. That was not the right button to hit. Okay. I'm going to teleport this car back to where we were, and I'll be right back. Actually, I got a better idea. We'll just use the Corvette, which is already there. I did reset it off camera, though, because I didn't think about it until I already reset it. And I'm like, wait a minute. We'll just use this. It gives me a different car as well. And ooh, that was kind of cool right there, the way the road was like bumping to the left and then to the right. I don't know why that was so fun for me to drive on, but it's just cool when you see the road going dipping from the left and then the right. You got the choice. Do you want to try to take it smooth, or you want to try to bounce the car as much as possible? We got a little bit of that right here again. Not as much as last time, though. Just kind of only a one side up thing real quickly, and that was it. We're going to go through these corners nice and easily. I plan to just completely finish up the map with this car. There isn't too much left, but as you've seen so far, this is a long map. Like I said earlier, I think it's about 11 miles long. And when there's this many corners, it takes a long time to get through 11 miles of road. Like, a real long time, because the average speed is probably well, including all the shenanigans I've been doing, about 35 miles per hour with some 75s put in there. And I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but it's one of those things that's important enough where I might as well say it twice even if I said it earlier. While I was driving on this road, you might have noticed there are a few alternative paths that I could have taken, but all those alternative paths are currently unfinished. So for now, I'm just kind of ignoring them because there's really not much to look at if you were to go drive down them. And instead, I'm just focusing on the main road because the main road is nice. It looks good, and driving on it is great. And it's a great representation of the real life road it's based off of. So I say focus on the positives, and the not so positives will come back later when they become positives. You know, everything's positive. I didn't even say the word negative, although I just did right now, but you got to have negative for electricity to work. Like a battery, you have the positive and the negative side. So negatives are necessary, but where are we getting with this? I don't know. See, there's a side road right there as I just drove right by it. I could have just spun the camera at it, but I was so focused on getting that corner good that I didn't think of it. I think that was the last side road too. That was just a turnout right there. That was not a side road. Same right there. Same right there. Like, there's all these little turnouts right here. So if you want, you know, go take a picture of the trees or something, you go into that turnout and be like, click, click. Oh, what a pretty tree. Click, click. And this row is actually a little bit longer than I expected. I expect this to be the end about now. Might be about maybe another minute left to it. So we'll keep using the Corvette. I'm kind of thinking about changing it, but it's like, you know what? I said I was going to do it with the Corvette. We're going to do it with the Corvette. No crashing. Very little crashing in this video because there's just a lot of road to drive. And it's such a fun road to drive. I don't want to crash. I want to drive good on it because it's like, it's a rewarding road to drive on. You do a good corner, you're like, yeah, I did a good corner. You know, you get that good feeling. All right, so now I know we're getting near the end because you see this like big old bridge and then you see the water and stuff. That's how you know that you're getting to the end. And you can actually floor it from this point on and then you'll just crash at the end. So we're going to do just that. And we're going to get about 100 miles per hour and then boop, right into the tree and over the tree. And that will do it for this video. But this is not the last you've seen of this map. But until you see it again, this has been WhyBeAre. And I'll see ya.